Hi, this is Subramaniam Shankaran from ITOPLUS. There's an attack called the collusion attack on cybersecurity. What do I mean by collusion? So there are people who are external to the organization, and there's a secret insider. So together they will join, okay, to make and launch a cyber attack. Usually, in case of the cyber crime, wherein the bank account has been created with a false identification proof. For example, if somebody is going to fake my ID proof and then create a bank account on my name, okay, and so the money will be remitted, okay, for the fraudulent purposes, okay, then it'll indicate as if I am involved in the fraudulent activities. Now, sometimes what actually happens is, and this is actually done with the help of the banking stuff. Now, sometimes what actually happens is, they the cyber fraudsters approach innocent people and say that, okay, we need your address proof, and we will give you quite some money, okay, in return of creating the bank account and using it for the transaction. In fact, let me tell you something. Occasionally, okay, there had been cases where we listened to this, okay, in even in the close neighborhood. So if they're going to give their ID proof to create the bank account, okay, these accounts will be used for the fraudulent purposes, and the guys who were given their identity, they were actually get caught. Now, most of these type of attacks happen within, the cooperation of the banking staff. Okay, I'm not saying everybody, but again, if there's a money coming in, okay, which is an additional income, and let's say if it's quite lump sum, okay, so there are people who fall prey to this particular reward, and they get involved in the cyber racket. Okay, so this attack is actually called the collusion attack. So this is a classic case of a collusion, but again, there could be a lot of other things also. I can tip an employee who works for a bank and say that, okay, can you please share the credit card details of all the customer. Okay, I'll give you a lump sum money as a cash, which is unaccounted, and the employee, if he has got a requirement need for the money at that particular time, and the hacker knows about it, they can use this the chance to exploit his need, okay, the vulnerability, and get him involved in this particular activity. Now, cybersecurity always comes with the principle of default to deny and principles of least privileges. Even if it is an IT administrators, they are not able to access, they will not be in a position to access the server 24 cross 7 unless otherwise there's an incident or service request to be fulfilled or change has to be implemented that necessitates a privilege access to the destination server. Otherwise, it is not actually granted. So we maintain all this to ensure that the fundamentals of least privilege or default return is actually maintained, so that this fraudulent activities does not happen. Okay, now we have three different types of controls in cybersecurity: physical, administrative, and technical. And what I told you about an identity and access management, okay, so it's a technical control. But on the process side, also, you can implement default deny or principles of least privileges, just to ensure that even if it is going to be a bank account open for some purpose, okay, which is later used for fraudulent purpose, it doesn't happen without a dual control. Okay, so the creator, maker, and the checker. So if that is the case, then two people are actually caught. Okay, so there's always, and because of the rotation of jobs, okay, so this might not always be possible. So there are policies and procedures by which we are trying to mitigate this collusion attack, but in spite of all that, sometimes it happens. Okay, that is number one. Number two, there's a video that is circulating on the internet, okay, where one of the lady who approached a lounge in the Bangalore airport, and she wants to access the lounge, and the guys in the airport launch said that you have to download an application called Launch Pass, okay, and then request for it. In fact, she downloaded the application, she completed the installation, okay, but she did not access the launch, and she had her coffee in Starbucks, and then she left. But after that, what happened? Whenever there's a call that is made to her phone, it was answered by a mail, and they came to know that the application that was installed, okay, is a malicious application, and the calls were getting diverted. Not only that, to her shock, the statement of accounts indicate there was an 87,000 Indian rupee that was transferred using an UPI to an UPI application called PhonePe. Okay, now what I mean, taking this as an example, now 1,200 Indian rupee could be an average access for a launch. Okay, if somebody can afford to pay 1,200 rupees to access the loan, they can very well, invest half or quarter that amount to buy an antivirus, K7 mobile antivirus, a quick heal, okay, to secure their mobile phone. Okay, as I always tell you, it costs almost the same price of an biryani. Okay, so the push that we actually have to have the biryani, okay, we don't have the same push when we have to install an antivirus, okay, on the mobile phone. Now, predominantly nowadays, okay, the operations, domestic operations, okay, with related to the banking, okay, the ticket booking or whatever it is, okay, we are using the mobile phone. So unless or otherwise, okay, you have an antivirus on your mobile phone, okay, so you don't have a chance to detect the malicious application, your money is lost. Okay, similarly, there is another incident where an engineer want to book an accommodations to stay for 2 or 3 days, and he made the booking and he called up the company to make the payment. They sent him a QR code. He started paying. Okay, the first time he paid it, then they said, "I'm sorry, the payment is declined." But he said the money is deducted from your account. But again, the guys on the other side said, "No, we haven't received it." So if you receive it, we'll return it back to you. Can you pay again? Okay, he has lost close to around 14 lakhs, I guess. Okay, so by this, okay, now it's ridiculous. Okay, we have been paying until 14 lakhs, okay, not knowing that we have been cheated. So it's a quishing. It's actually called the QR phishing or quishing scam. Okay, so before you start, scanning and QR code to make the payment, ensure that the source is genuine and it's from the trustworthy, the source origin authentication. I always say, okay, ensure that okay the payment that you are actually making goes to the genuine source. If somebody is going to say they have not received the payment but has been deducted from your account, call your bank and report them. Okay, if you sense there's something fraudulent here, call 1930 for the Indian users, okay, and report to the cybercrime. For the respective country, you can call your own cybercrime on your toll-free number and report the cybercrime to them. Okay, so the money, as long as it's on the account, the police can help you to, get the return money. Okay, but moment they are withdrawing from the ATM, it is impossible. Okay, so stay tuned, stay connected, stay subscribed to this channel for your regular information about cyber security and the cyber news. Cheers, then bye bye. This is Subramaniam from ITRIPLUS signing off now. Cheers, then bye bye.